Now I will discuss about p orbital, so d orbital and f orbital. Before class I discuss s orbital and p orbital. Now first goes to d orbital, then f orbital. आमे ए जिनसटी देखा आमे पूर्व क्लास रे मध्य आमे कहिथिले जे k cell can be represented as in the form of 1s, L cell represented as in the form of 2s 2p, M cell represented as 3s 3p 3d, N cell represented as 4s 4p 4d 4f. Now in k cell no d orbitals are present. Also in L cell no d orbital are present, but d orbital will present from M cell to up to higher cell. Now first point will there will be one d subcell present in every principal cell except first two principal cell. First two principal cell. ताले प्रथम दीटा प्रिंसिपल सेल को आमे छाड़ी देला परे आउ जेते प्रिंसिपल सेल आसीबो से मानकर निश्चित गोटे डी सब सेल मस्ट बी प्रेजेंट. नाउ यू कैन शो 3d 4d 5d 6d 7d onwards. Now second point, for d subcell the value of azimuthal quantum number is 2. Now S can have azimuthal value 0, P can have azimuthal value 1, D can have azimuthal value 2. The number of orbitals can be calculated by the relation m equal to 2l plus 1 equal to 2 into 2 plus 1 equal to 4 plus 1 equal to 5. Now it shows d subcell containing 5 related orbital. It shows d subcell containing 5 related orbital. Next, for 5 related orbital, what are the values for magnetic quantum number? The values can be calculated. By the relation m equal to minus L to 0 to plus L equal to minus 2 to 0 to plus 2 equal to minus 2 minus 1 0 plus 1 plus 2. Now those 5 value shows d subshell containing 5 related orbital. The 5 related orbital can be named as the 5 related orbital can be named as dxy. This is one orbital. dyz another orbital. dzx another orbital. dx square minus y square another orbital, and last one is dz square. Now the 5 value shows d subshell containing 5 related orbital such are named as dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square and dz square. The shape of d subshell or d orbital is dumbbell shape. तेणु डी सबसेल हो बा डी ऑर्बिटल हो तार शेप आम कौन कहबा डम्बेल शेप. नाउ द 5 रिलेटेड ऑर्बिटल कैन बी रिप्रेजेंटेड एज जो 5टा आम ऑर्बिटल पाइचे ताको आम रिप्रेजेंटेशन केमती करि परिबा. तो 5 रिलेटेड ऑर्बिटल the 5 related orbital can be represented as now this is x axis, this is y, its name will dxy. Similarly this is y axis, this is z axis, that is called dyz. This is suppose z axis, that is x axis, that is called dzx. This is x axis, this is y axis, that is called dx square minus y square, and last one will this is z axis, this is x axis, that is called dz square. Now for dxy, now the shape will be the shape for d subshell or d orbital is double dumbbell shape. That is double dumbbell shape. d orbital shape टी कौन डबल डम्बल shape. जो दीटा डम्बल रहिबो ताको हमें केमिति रिप्रेजेंटेशन करि परिबा. नाउ फॉर dxy, this is one dumbbell. The second dumbbell is also lies in between the axis. This is plus, this is minus. Similarly, the lobes are lies in between the axis, means y axis and z axis. This is plus, minus. The lobes are lies in between z axis and x axis. That is called dzx. But in case of dx square minus y square, the lobes are lies along the axis. This is one dumbbell, this is another dumbbell, plus, minus. But in case of dz square, one dumbbell lies along z axis, another dumbbell so lies in xy plane. That will be represented in this manner. गोटे डम्बल z एक्सिस रे रहिबो, आउटे डम्बल xy प्लेन ले रहिबो. That is called dz square. Now the 5 related orbital can be represented as, out of those, the first 3 d orbital, the lobes are lies in between the axis. The first 3 d orbital, means dxy, dyz and dzx. The lobes are lies. Lobes means tumble. One side is called one lobe. The lobes are lies in between the axis. In between the axis. But the fourth and fifth d orbital. But the fourth and fifth d orbital, the lobes are lies along the axis. The lobes are lies along the axis. Along the axis. ताले पांचटा डी ऑर्बिटल भितरु प्रथम तीनटा डी ऑर्बिटल लोब गुडा इन बिटवीन एक्सिस रे रहिबो. दिस इज वन, दिस इज वन, दिस इज वन. बट इन फोर्थ एंड फिफ्थ डी ऑर्बिटल द लोब्स आर लाइज अलोंग द axis. This is the idea about d orbital or d subcell. Then last one will f orbital. F orbital. Now, first principal cell does not containing f orbital. Second principal cell also have no f orbital. Third principal cell also have no f orbital. But fourth principal cell have f orbital present. Then other higher cell can also containing f orbital. So now first point, there will be one f subcell present in every principal cell. In every principal cell except first three principal cell. First three principal cell. प्रथम तीन प्रिंसिपल सेल को आम बाद पकईदे जिते प्रिंसिपल सेल आसो सबिस्तर एफ गोटे गोटे रहिबो. सेकेंड पॉइंट फॉर एफ सबसेल द वैल्यू ऑफ azimuthal quantum number. The value of azimuthal quantum number is 3. Then the number of magnetic quantum number value or the number of orbital so present for f subcell can be determined by the formula m equal to 2l plus 1. The number of orbital can be calculated by the relation m equal to 2l plus 1, that is 2 into 3 plus 1 equal to 7 values. Now it suggests f subcell containing 7 related orbital. It shows f subcell contain 7 related orbitals. 7 related orbitals. The values for 7 related orbital. The values for 7 related orbital can be calculated as m equal to minus l to 0 to plus l, that is minus 3 to 0 to plus 3. That values are minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. Now 7 value indicates F subcell containing 7 related orbital. Now the 7 related orbital named is the 7 related orbitals are named as fxq, fyq, fzq. Then fxyz, fx into y square minus z square, fy into z square minus x square, fz into x square minus y square. These are known as 7 orbitals can be named as fxq, fyq, fzq, fxyz, fxy square minus z square, fy into z square minus x square, fz into x square minus y square. Now the shape for f orbital or f subcell, shape for f subcell or f orbital is triple dumbbell shape, but the representation is complicated. आमे शेप कहि परिबा ट्रिपल डम्बल शेप, किंतु रिप्रेजेंटेशन आमे डायग्रामेटिकली के भी देखै परिबा नहीं, काइना दैट इज कॉम्प्लिकेटेड. काहे की कॉम्प्लिकेटेड तमे देखो, बर्तन तीनटी एक्सिस x y z. Now it can only represented as f x y z. There will be no any other space so present you can arrange the different lobes or different dumbbells. Therefore the shape is triple dumbbell shape, but the representation will be complicated. Now this is the idea about f orbital or f subcell. Now the shape for both subcell and orbital becomes same. The shape for both orbital subcell so determined by a quantum number is known as azimuthal quantum number, but other things so determined by magnetic quantum number for orbital. एतिक आमे रखिबा. नेक्स्ट क्लास रे आमे डिस्कशन करिबा अफियो प्रिंसिपल, हॉर्न्स रूल, पाउलीज एक्सक्लूजन प्रिंसिपल. थैंक यू.